Well, folks, I'm super excited for this review for you today. I have the Cold Steel Master Hunter design new for 2015 with the CPM-3V steel. Welcome everyone to another episode of Gideon's Tactical. I am your host, Aaron. Welcome to the channel. I really hope that you're going to enjoy this video as much as it is for me to film this video review for you. I've been looking at the Cold Steel Master Hunter design since before I started this channel over 3 years ago and just never gotten around to it. And I've heard great things about their VG1 model that they had for a long time. And this year they have upgraded and done a CPM-3V steel model. It's a great USA made steel, CPM-3V. I've had great success with it with the other blades that I've used it in, and they've upgraded it. So they've done a little bit of tweaking. We're going to look here today. We're going to put this through a bunch of different, companion tasks that you put a knife of this size through. We're also going to run it up against the Fallkniven F1. I think that this is very close in dimension, size, and just kind of talk you through the pros and cons of both of those blades as well. Give you a little comparison to hopefully help you make your best purchasing decision, because I think if you're looking at the F1, you're probably looking at the Master Hunter. If you're thinking about the Master Hunter, you might also be considering the F1. So I want to help give you a little context and run that in as well throughout this video. So guys, I'm just really excited to take this out on the trail. I've had some really good time out on the field with this blade, and yeah, just really pumped to be able to show you this thing in action today and talk through all the different ins and outs of the Cold Steel Master Hunter, new for 2015 with the CPM-3V steel. So with that being said, let's hit the trail, start using this knife, and see how it performs. All right, guys, so today we're gonna try and make a frog spear. I've attempted this multiple times, but the wood has never been very good and ends up splintering on me. So we're gonna test this out. So, and you'll see some capabilities of the knife as well. I have an aspen here, so that should be pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? It shouldn't splinter on me too badly. So I'm gonna side split this first and try and get as nice and clean a cut as possible. There we go, real nice. Okay, so this would be our frog spear. It's a little short, but for this demonstration, I think it'll work. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of scrape off the 90-degree spine. I love the 90-degree spine on this thing. It just launches sparks and will clean off all your bark, just to make this a really nice smooth transition to trying to make this frog spear here. Just scrape all that off. There we go. Okay, so now, so the first thing I'm gonna do is try and hit 50%, and I'm just gonna lightly tap this thing. And I'm gonna try and go about 2 to 3 inches down without splitting the wood and totally destroying the spear. So that's pretty good, right about there. So what I'm gonna try and do is I've already kind of pre-prepared some twigs here, and I'm gonna try and spread this with my twig right in there. So now the twig is spreading apart that piece of wood. I'm gonna remove, just by dragging it out, I'm gonna remove and keep pushing down to kind of spread that. There we go, awesome. That's great, that's the step one. So now if it'll do it a second time, that would be fantastic. Now, we're gonna try and split these two sides that I've already previously done and do the exact same thing again. So hopefully this wood will hold up, not splinter on me. There you go. So you see, now we're making that 4-prong, and now I'm down to that wood, and I don't want to break that little twig in there. So we're gonna do the exact same thing again. So now I'm gonna pull my blade out. I'm just gonna try and wiggle this down in there without, again, damaging the wood. And there we go. Sweet. Then, all I'm gonna have to do is get in here, and what the great thing about the Master Hunter is, it's got that real fine tip. I'm gonna get in here and be able to get some real nice spear-shaped prongs, you can see there, without too much difficulty. Because of how fine this knife can work, it really makes a job like this, man, that wow, real nice. Okay, so here we have it, all finished out. If I really wanted to take a lot of time, I would make all these heads even, but we've cleared off all the little extra pieces. And then I just have some long grass, and you know, I'm just kind of giving you an idea of what you would want to do. But basically, you could then begin to use the grass and just weave it around, just to kind of strengthen this portion down here, so that if you do miss when you're stabbing and hit the ground or a rock, you know, or the bottom of the riverbed or whatever, it won't split, you know, and ruin. You don't only get one shot with the grass. Then at least you'll get a couple shots and, you know, kind of really strengthen this up. So this is just a kind of a makeshift design, but you kind of get the idea. Again, you could use paracord, other things like that. But yeah, you just weave it a bunch, and if you had longer grass, you would, you know, weave it into a bunch of different knots, and then really try and strengthen where the wood is splitting right there, so that it wouldn't crack open, and you know, then again, you'd miss your spikes real quick and lose them real fast as you begin to stab. So there you go, guys. Master Hunter has produced my very first frog spear. Hopefully it wasn't too makeshift for you, but I'm very pleased with this very first attempt at a frog spear, and the Master Hunter performed fantastic while we made this. All right, we're gonna look at a few specs here on the blade. The first thing is the overall length is 9 1/4 inches from tip to the back of the handle. So nice compact size there. You're looking at 4 1/2 inches of blade length. You're looking at a full tang enclosed with craton over it, lanyard hold out the back. You are looking at 3/16 that tapers down real fast. We got a 90-degree spine we're going to be looking at. CPM-3V steel. The blade steel, the CPM-3V blade, is made in the U.S. and then sent over to Taiwan and assembled in Taiwan. The handle and the sheath are from Taiwan. So U.S. and Taiwanese put together, and then you get a Secure X sheath. The blade itself weighs in at 6 ounces, and then you're looking at about 8 1/2 with the Secure X sheath. So those are just a few of the basic specs for us here on the Master Hunter in the CPM-3V version. All right, I want to show you the sheath here that the Master Hunter comes with. This is their Secure X sheath. This comes on a lot of their models, and I really like it. For production sheath that's a polymer plastic, I really like it a lot. You're going to get a drainage hole. You're going to get tons of lashing points that are not only BLADEHQ compatible, but also compatible just with your paracord or nylon strapping, or however you would want to attach it to packs. Very good retention, no rattle, sits really nice and secure in there. And then they do give you this really nice webbing right here that acts, that you can either remove or, you know, keep on depending on what you want to do. And I really like it. It sits really well. It's got a nice button and Velcro, so you can put it on your belt without taking your belt off. And that button and Velcro together really make sure that it's going to be stable on your belt and not want to come off. And then a nice button snap as well. So again, that's removable. So guys, when it does come to the rating of the sheath, 5 out of 5. There's no complaints. Fantastic setup, and something that you're not going to have to buy an aftermarket sheath right away. Definitely gets the job done and passes with flying colors for the sheath options on this Master Hunter. Woo! Jammed right into that knot. Awesome. Yeah. All right, so I want to show you the handle here, talk a little bit about the ergonomics on the knife. And I got to tell you, the ergonomics are really nice, really good. It's a craton handle, so that's very good and durable. It's got really good pocking along the sides, and then kind of jimping, if you will, along the top and bottom. So it's going to give it very good texturing, regardless if you are a hunter and you are using it as the title insists, you know, master hunter, or it implies master hunter, and you know, you got blood and guts all over your hands. You know, you're just an outdoorsman, and you know, it gets wet, you know, you're hot, sweaty, whatever. It's going to give you extreme grip, and it's going to take a very long time for these textures to wear out. Now, that is a pro and a con. You're getting extremely good grip on the knife, but Kraton does wear out. So if this is your go-to blade, maybe 5-6 years from now, the checkering is going to start to wear off, and you are going to eventually have to go to probably, you know, some sort of like hockey tape or something like that to wrap around the handle to give you a little extra traction. I've seen a lot of people do that for their cold steel Kraton handled knives over the long haul, because it will begin to kind of wear off. It's just the nature of Kraton. You're getting that really good little flare out back here to kind of keep it in place, so you can do those light little chopping tasks if you need to. Good palm swell down the middle there. That's very, very good. And they've done a great job with the guard, giving you a very secure guard that doesn't bite into your hand, but really locks your hand into place. You can see there I wear large size gloves, and I know right away, we know, bro, large size gloves, we know. It's for the new people checking out the channel. They've never seen Gideon's Tactical before, so they have a good idea of my hands. Again, large size hands. You can see there, fits in my hand very well with the lanyard hole still out the back to spare, and just really locked into place, nice and flat along there, so there's no, you know, thumb ramp to worry about or anything like that. Just a very, very solid classic design, straight off the back handle, which means there's nothing, no goofy, you know, finger grooves and humps and things to worry about. It's classic, it's simple, and it works, and it's perfect at an ergonomic rating of 5 out of 5. It's going to be very comfortable in your hand for extended use, and a lot better, and you'll notice the comfortability compared to a lot of other blades on the market. All right, so how about value? What's the value of this knife? Is it a good value? Well, the sheath is great. What we've talked about a little bit. You're not going to have to upgrade, so that's a great value on its own, that you're not going to have to immediately go buy an aftermarket leather or Kydex sheath and spend more money on your product. That's fantastic. So that, along with the USA made blade and then sent over to Taiwan to have the handle put on it, is fantastic. So I mean, all those things together at a price point of $95, that's what I paid for, is 95 bucks, so under $100 for CPM-3V steel and all of the features that we're getting. You don't have to upgrade the sheath. Man, there's nothing I can complain about with that. That is a great value on this Master Hunter. It's very, I don't know if I know of a CPM-3V blade under $100 out there on the market yet. I'm sure eventually there may be something, but and a fixed blade of this size doesn't exist to my knowledge from a production company at that price point. So guys, I'm totally digging the value on this thing. 5 out of 5, absolutely worth your money at under $100 for a CPM-3V USA made blade, put together and assembled in Taiwan with a fabulous sheath.
Shot. Yeah, dude, just keep it, because that scorched wood is taking it again.
There it is. Finally. Right there with the Master Hunter. All right, real fast, just want to talk quality here with you. It's a great quality knife, 5 out of 5, nothing to complain about, and particularly at that price point with the steel, with the materials, with the Secure-X sheath, all high quality building materials, and you know, put together extremely well. The other thing also is the coating. The coating is a much better upgrade over basically the spray-on, you know, paint that Cold Steel used to do with some of their knives, and it is holding up extremely well. It's really doesn't have any scuffing or wearing. It's just streaking when I went through the wood and batoning and different things like that, but almost zero wear, just slightly there on the tip from all of the abuse with the batoning, but holding up very well and way better than the old coating that Cold Steel used to use. Very impressed. All right, so as we get really close to ending this Master Hunter review, I also wanted to throw in the Fallkniven F1. Now, a lot of you that watch the channel know that we've previously done the review on the F1, and I really wasn't all that impressed because mostly the handle, but there's some other things as well. When you run the Master Hunter up against the Fallkniven, really the only thing that the F1 has going for it is the convex grind, which is awesome and will outperform the Master Hunter very slightly. It's almost, probably very few people will be able to realize it. The Master Hunter just slices so well, but the Fallkniven with the convex grind does part wood a little bit better. Very, very minute, and you know, I'm going with the Master Hunter over the Fallkniven. I just like it so much more. The handle is bigger and fatter. It's going to fill out your hand a lot more. It's about $15 cheaper. The Secure X sheath is going to be way better. The 90-degree spine is going to throw sparks much better than the Fallkniven. The Fallkniven comes with a really poor quality sheath, and that handle just has a lot of poor things going for it. Again, you can watch, I'll have a link in the description below for the Fallkniven review, just so you can kind of get an idea, because I know a lot of people were interested in the comparison between these two. Master Hunter all the way, in my opinion, is a much better knife than the F1. Well, it's time to bring this review for us of this knife to a close. I think you're probably going to know what I'm going to say, but I'll say it anyway. Guys, my likability on this thing is out of the park. 5 out of 5. Really digging this knife. I'm glad I waited for the CPM-3V version because I love that steel, and it's really performing well and has not let me down at all. And it's just a great blade when it comes to edge retention as well as rust resistance. I've been very pleased with it. And just the overall design, guys, of this knife has really done well. I really like this kind of setup with, you know, under 4.5, as thin as possible. Full flat grinds or convex grinds are really great for this size range. And the fuller handle, the better sheath that we talked about versus the Fallkniven F1. I think this is a better knife than the Fallkniven F1. I got rid of that Fallkniven, and I'm keeping this one because this one outperforms it almost in every task that it can be put up against. So guys, I think this is absolutely worth your money. If you've been thinking about it, do it. This will be a great little companion blade or a hunting knife, a camp knife, any of those type of things you might be looking for. Again, likability 5 out of 5. Awesome. Loving this knife, guys. Do it. If you're thinking about it, you're gonna love this knife. One of the best blades that I've reviewed in this kind of size range this year. I mean, just wow. Words really can't describe it. It's for a production knife of under $100. Awesome. So I'm going to quit rambling on about the blade. You can tell I love it. I don't usually go that long unless I really, really love something. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for checking out the channel. Please subscribe, comment, like, share this video. Check us out on all the relevant social media, Facebook, Twitter. You know, we're always posting stuff, photos, you know, ways for us to be able to talk to you, keep conversations going, have a more personal touch with you guys, the viewers. Thank you as always for checking out this channel. I really appreciate the family that we have over here at Gideon's Tactical, and it's growing every day. So as always, remember, stay equipped, stay prepared, and we'll see you out there.